Alright, hey, let's make a tier list of Zelda Dungeons. Zelda Dungeons tier list. Hi YouTube. So this tier list is not gonna have Zelda 1 and 2 dungeons at all. We'll just go from A Link to the Past onwards to the Breath of the Wild. I can say Breath of the Wild, yeah. I made this tier list based on my own personal experience. How much fun I had with these dungeons casually, speedrunning wise, and how I enjoyed the design of dungeons. Also, I will skip dungeons I have never played or I don't remember. Seasons. Either way, I can't remember that dungeon well, but I don't want to put it here. I want to put it maybe like C or D. I can barely remember it. I can barely remember that dungeon, unfortunately. I can only remember most of the dungeons that I've recently played or I've played a lot. Well, Angler's Tunnel, for example, is a really good one I remember. Puddle Grotto. I never liked the boss fight either, so it's like C or D to me, in my opinion. Catmish Morph. I do like Catmish Morph. I think I want to put it on S. Yeah, I want to put it on S. City in the Sky. Honestly, it used to be one of my favorite dungeons to speedrun, but now it's here now. It's like A minus, B minus or so. Color Dungeon, kinda do like it. Dragon Roost Cavern, I do like it, but I don't like it like I don't know. It's like A. It's like a City in the Sky, I would say. Water Temple. This might be controversial. Okay, it's either S plus or it's S, almost S plus. I'm gonna put it on S. I'll change it later. Okay, Earth Temple Wind Waker. I never really liked using Medley and Makar, so I really don't like it that much compared to other dungeons in a game. Okay, I honestly never liked Fire Sanctuary. That's Skyward Sword, yeah, I never liked Fire Sanctuary, unfortunately. Okay, Forest Temple. I do like Forest Temple in Twilight Princess. Earth Temple in Skyward Sword. It was a cool fire dungeon, but not like a best one, honestly. Hyrule Castle, A Link to the Past. To be fair, climbing up that was, in my opinion, more interesting with Ganon's Castle instead in Link to the Past. That one will be higher than this one. Desert Palace in Link to the Past. I remember this partially. I'll put it there. Hyrule Castle in Breath of the Wild is... That is like S plus or S tier for me. In Hyrule Castle Breath of the Wild, it was so well designed. It was like the atmosphere, the malice, enemies, so many different weapons to pick up from, and the music was just top notch. That's why I would put it high up there. Hyrule Castle in Twilight Princess. I feel like Twilight Princess Hyrule Castle was it was just dragging, it was just dragging you for longer. So that's why I don't like Twilight Princess Hyrule Castle that much. Ice Palace. I never liked Ice Palace. Snowhead Temple is Majora's Mask. It was like an interesting design, this one whole area though, but it was too hard to maneuver or go through, so I will put it on C, honestly. E-Cavern. I have way too many in a C. The Dodongo's Cavern. To be fair, maybe the Dodongo's Cavern might be the best designed child dungeons. Define, okay, there's a first defined beast, Vahna Boris. It's all of these puzzles in every defined beast were interesting. I like puzzles, but they're they don't feel like actual dungeons, but at least we could define them as a dungeon. We could actually define them as a dungeons, yeah. I think Vahna Boris is it's like B. Moonlit Grotto, that sounds like Oracle of Ages 3rd, but the dungeon itself is not the great. Alright, Arbiter's Crowns. Yeah. Arbiter's Crunch is guaranteed S+ for me. Great atmosphere, cool. I think it's very cool designed dungeon for a desert dungeon, and it has a, in my opinion, interesting mini boss and a boss fight. Interesting item, spinner. That's why I will put it on S+ no matter what. Mr. Myre, cool boss fight. Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time is one of my favorites forest temples out there, so I'll put it up there too. Okay, Ganon's Tower, A Link to the Past. It's definitely up there in B, in my opinion, and no further up and further down. It was interesting. I think Rudania is like up there with Vanna Boris. Palace of Twilight. After going through City in the Sky, you are put to the Palace of Twilight right away. It's like... What can I say about Palace of Twilight though? Anything good? Okay, the thing about Palace of Twilight. You have this left wing, you have the right wing. Every single room you have a small key to get, then you get to the next room. But that continues for the throughout of the dungeon. Throughout the whole dungeon. It's not like a fun design. Every room has a small key, then you get to the next room. Get a small key, then get to the next room. What's the point, man? Never really liked that liked for that. And it's just a very depressing feeling. Very dark dungeon, you know? But that's just the meaning of that Palace of Twilight. Sandship might be the coolest dungeon from Skyward Sword in my opinion. I will put it on A tier for sure. It's not S, but it's A tier for me. I like the use of the going to the modern time and back in time with the stone. I kind of like that. So many Link to the Past dungeons are just weird. I'll put it on a C, just like almost everything. Ganon's Tower, Wind Waker. Like, is there really a great Ganon's Castle at all? Because the Wind Waker's Ganon's Tower is just a boss rush, then you get Light Arrow. It's not memorable. School Woods in A Link to the Past though, that's like definitely up here. I like the entrances that had so many entrances to go through. Then you have this one own area to get to that had the boss too. Skykeep, good. I think Skykeep is definitely up there. Like one of the best dungeons for Skyward Sword. I liked it. Okay, Goron Mines. Good, but it's definitely A tier for me. It's not my favorite dungeon anymore. Skyview Temple. The revisit was interesting choice, just for the water. Yeah, it's like up there on B, I think. Ancient Gistern is actually like one of the best dungeons for Water Temple. So is it like too overrated actually? I think it's S tier, but I don't think it's like up there exactly. Spirit Temple. It is not the best Ocarina of Time dungeon, but it's definitely a good dungeon. I used to like Shadow Temple more than Spirit Temple. It's still kinda same, I feel like. Stone Tower Temple is my favorite from Majora's Mask. I'll put it on S tier for that reason. I like the design of that flipping the dungeon upside down with Light Arrow. It has a cool dungeon theme too. Okay, Swamp Palace. What can I say? Next. Jabu's Belly. I can't remember it too well, but I did like the... You go underwater, and you stay underwater the whole dungeon. Even the boss fight. I kinda find it cool. Cool dungeon design. Meadow is the same thing as Ruta too, honestly. Snowpeak Ruins. Oh, just making you get those in credits. Interesting. Then the boss fight was scary as hell. Up there for sure. Temple of the Ocean King. This might be controversial. Nah, just kidding. I kinda like that how big the dungeon actually was. Just based on the timer you get to even further and further if you have more time. I did like the puzzles. One of the puzzles was so interesting though, to get the the map part or whatever. Temple of Time from Twilight Princess. I used to hate this dungeon, now I liked it actually. Tower of Hera in Link Between Worlds. No, we'll just put it here somewhere. Tower of Hera, same thing, just put it there. There. Lorule Castle. Can't remember it too well, but I did like the boss fight. A narrow facility, I don't know, I'll put it there. Gnarled something, that's the first dungeon in Seasons. It's like C. I like almost nothing, I guess. Tower of Gods. I just never liked Tower of Gods, honestly. Turtle Rock, can't remember. Turtle. Double Turtle Rock, Triple Turtle Rock. Just kidding. Okay, this one is actually a cool one. Unicorn's Cave. I don't know, just put it somewhere. We have to arrange S plus and S tiers. And we need to talk about those quickly. Okay, Arbiter's Grounds. I explained this why. I like the atmosphere. It's, in my opinion, the coolest sand dungeon in a whole Zelda series. Cool mini boss. Cool dungeon boss too. Too much cool stuff, yeah. Hyrule Castle, in my opinion, is definitely... definitely, in my opinion, the best Hyrule Castle made in the Zelda series. Great atmosphere with the music because you're in the final dungeon of the game. Then you get to the boss rush, or you get straight to the Calamity Canyon based on if you beat all the other dungeons. It's big. It's actually a huge dungeon. You can go anywhere you want. You don't have exactly the linear route for that dungeon. In my opinion, Water Temple in Ocarina of Time is the best water temple. It just feels like a real water temple out of any other water temple in the whole Zelda series, in my opinion. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tier list of all Zelda dungeons from me. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope I'll see you in the next video.